Frequently asked questions related to Kids Deserve a Shot. $100,000 scholarship reward. My 5 to 11-year-old child has completed their vaccine series. Are they eligible for the $100,000 scholarship drawing? Yes, all 5 to 11-year-olds who have completed their vaccine series are eligible for the $100,000 scholarship drawing. What age does my kid need to be at the time of the first and/or second dose? For the $100,000 scholarship drawing, Minnesotans must be at least 5 years old at the time of their first shot and 11 or younger at the time of their first shot. What do I need to register and how do I register? You will need an email address to register. You can register online or call the Minnesota Department of Health Public Health Hotline, and the staff will complete the form for you. Where can I register? The reward registration will open at 10 a.m. on March 1st, 2022. The registration for the form will stop accepting registrations at 11:59 or midnight on April 11th, 2022. What if I am a Minnesota resident but stationed in another state or county for military service? Complete the form using your Minnesota address. All application materials will be sent electronically. When will the scholarship drawing take place? The drawing will take place on April 15th, which is a Friday, and winners will be notified after 1 p.m. by an MDH staff person by phone and email both. How will I know if my registration was successfully submitted? You will receive an email from the Minnesota Department of Health within 24 hours of submitting your registration, confirming that your registration was successfully submitted. Will I be contacted if my kid does not win? No. Who will be conducting the drawings? The Minnesota State Lottery. How will I be contacted if my kid is a winner? The Minnesota Department of Health will be the initial point of contact to ask for consent to share your contact information with the Minnesota Office of Higher Education, OHE, so that OHE can contact you with further instructions about the scholarship. MDH will make at least 2 attempts per business day from the date of the drawing, at least one of which will be via email. MDH will use daily voice calls and/or emails to connect with the parent of the winner. Any telephone communication will be made to the person who entered the prize winner in the drawing. Any email will come from an @state.mn.us email address. MDH will contact a winner with OHE to complete the scholarship application form. The form must be completed within 7 days of the drawing's date. How will you check if my child is eligible? The Department of Health will verify eligibility from information submitted in the registration form, including name, address, date of birth, vaccine information. Minnesotans will be required to attest that information they provide is both true and accurate. The department will also be running a list of applicants through the deduplication process to provide that only one scholarship drawing entry per person, as well as checking it against the state's immunization information system to verify if someone has received both doses and that they fall within the eligibility period. Is there a limit on how many people can sign up for the scholarship drawing? No. If my child was a previous scholarship winner, can they enter this drawing? No. Siblings of previous Kids Deserve a Shot scholarship winners are not eligible. Sibling is defined as one or two more individuals who have one or both parents in common through blood, marriage, or adoption and reside in the same household. How is the scholarship money awarded? Scholarship winners will receive $100,000 in a 529 college savings plan upon completion of an application from the Minnesota Office of Higher Education. What is a 529 college savings plan? A 529 college savings plan is a state-sponsored investment plan that enables you to save money for a beneficiary and pay for education expenses. You can withdraw your funds tax-free to cover nearly any type of college expense. What if we already have a 529 college savings plan for our child? You can have another plan provided the balance plus the scholarship award do not exceed $425,000. This is the maximum balance allowed for 425 plans and cumulative across multiple plans. Will I get the $100,000 immediately, and where does it go? All scholarships will be invested in an account within the Minnesota College Savings Plan, owned and sponsored by the Office of Higher Education, with the prize-winning eligible child listed as the beneficiary. At the time of the application, you can also list a successor beneficiary. What can my child use the $100,000 for? The winner may use the proceeds of the Minnesota College Scholarship to pay for qualified higher education expenses as defined by the rules of this incentive program and the Office of Higher Education. These may include, but are not limited to, tuition and fees, room and board, books, computer, internet, and other approved education-related expenses. Expenses associated with room and board will only be eligible if the beneficiary is enrolled at least half-time at an eligible education institution. Room and board expenses paid for by a Minnesota College Scholarship Prize must not exceed the on-campus room and board costs published by the beneficiary's eligible education institution and are taxable as income. What colleges can I use the scholarship for? Any public or private nonprofit educational institution within the state of Minnesota. You can use this website map on the Minnesota Office of Higher Education website filter search for public and private nonprofit institutions. What if my child wins the scholarship and doesn't go to college? The Office of Higher Education can change the beneficiary to a successor beneficiary's name. What if my child decides to go to a school out of state? Only public and private nonprofit institutions in the state of Minnesota are eligible institutions for the beneficiary's use of this scholarship. The funds can be used for undergraduate or graduate school. If your child decides to go out of state for undergrad, they can still use the scholarship for grad school within the state of Minnesota. However, if the funds are not used by the time your child turns 28, the scholarship will be transferred to a successor beneficiary or revert back to the Office of Higher Education per the rules of this program. Can I transfer the scholarship from one of my children to another? If your child is not able to use the scholarship or decides not to use the scholarship, it may be transferred to the successor beneficiary. This may be a sibling or other eligible student. This sort of transfer is subject to the approval of the Office of Higher Education. Can I get $100,000 of cash instead? No cash equivalents will be awarded. A Minnesota College Scholarship Prize money may not be withdrawn as cash or used at any time for non-qualified educational expenses. Expenses at an eligible education institution or any other purpose other than the outlined purposes in these rules. How are the $100,000 scholarships paid for? Through Federal American Rescue Plan funds.